Welcome back to Relay Gun Adventures, and I'm going to have a little look today at something a bit different. This is a pistol from Baikal. Now it's a BB and pellet firing pistol. It's the MP651k, and it's got some really nice, quite unusual features. Now, the first thing is it's full metal. It's cast material, and it runs on a magazine. Now this particular magazine, the one that's in here, is a BB magazine, and it's got a little red mark to tell you that. There is also a pellet magazine for .177 pellets with a little green mark to tell you that. Now, if you're using BBs, there's an interesting feature, a nice idea. In the top, there is actually a built-in magazine to take quite a few BBs, and you literally just pull back the spring as you would do on any BB gun, introduce your BBs into the hole, and then let the spring tension back up. And what that does is, as you fire the pistol and use the BBs in the magazine, it replaces those BBs with fresh ones to keep you firing for longer. Now, the other nice thing about this, the sighting system, they are adjustable sights, adjustable for elevation. There's no windage on this, unfortunately. Although, having said that, I've just spotted a screw there, which may be a windage adjustment. So I'll have to check. It's a Russian built unit. These are no longer available. There's a lot around, and you can still pick them up. Now, there's a few things that make this interesting. One is it is a pistol rifle combination unit, which reminds me a little bit of the Umarex Morph, but I think it's a bit nicer. Now, when you put this in full rifle configuration, you don't get the power boost that you get with the Umarex, but to be honest, you don't need it. It's around about 350 feet per second, so it's a respectable BB stroke pellet pistol. CO2 powered. Now the CO2 goes in the handle. It's quite interesting, because when you take the hand grip off, you literally just undo this large nut on the back until you feel that it's loose, and it's slightly spring loaded too. You're in. That's where your CO2 goes. Usual configuration, the CO2 goes in with the cap lid facing down, and you have this tensioner behind it to pierce the cap lid and gas the gun. Now, while that's off, let's have a look at the rifle stock. And that will bring me to another interesting feature of this pistol. It's quite easy to take up and down as well. I thought I might need to practice for a while to get it right, but you know what, I said that, and I probably did need to practice this to make it look slick, but there you go. Let's just do that up. So once that's completely tightened, you've got the pistol grip and a rifle stock, and the rifle stock is actually adjustable. You have another tension nut that you slacken off, and you can pull this out, and it gives you about another 40-45 millimeters of length if you need it. Now, what's interesting about this, I think, is the sighting arrangement. This is a prismatic sight, so it's, I suppose a periscope would be the closest thing to describe it. So there's a mirror in here, and there's a mirror in here. So when you look through this, you're actually looking across the top of the pistol using the pistol sights. So once they're set up and adjusted, you just literally fit the stock and away you go. But to make it even better, there's an adjustment wheel on here which allows you to fine tune it to get it right down to where you need it. So from an open sights point of view, that's a really nice feature. Now there is a fore end with a fake barrel and a fake silencer. There's no barrel in this, it's literally just for show. This slides on. It's a little bit tight, but it will go. And every time I've done this, I thought there must be an easier way, but this is how it goes. There we go. Right, so we slide that on, and there's a latch just here. There's a button you can press, and it just literally pushes a latch through, which latches around the trigger guard. So that's on. So that is now in full rifle mode, and it's quite nice to look at. It reminds me a little bit of the Drozd, if you remember those. And again, that was a Baikal product. Now, the safety is built into the trigger. And what happens is when you press the safety through, it allows the trigger to move back all the way in the trigger guard. When the safety is in the safe position, the button that forms the safety actually blocks the trigger. It actually stops on the body of the trigger guard there. Now when that's back this way, there's a slight divot out of that, which you can just see, which allows it to pass all the way back. Now it's also in pistol mode you can fire this single or double action. In rifle mode you can't, because the hammer is in here and you can't get to it now. But to be honest, that's not what people want these for. They want to fire them in the semi-auto. Now, full of BBs, gassed up in semi-auto, it's a great fun little rifle. But back down in pistol mode with pellets, just using the magazine, you've reduced your capacity, but you've got more accuracy. Now it's a rifled barrel, so I'm personally not going to put any BBs through this, and there are two reasons for that. The first and foremost reason is this isn't my pistol. This is on loan from ProTech Supplies in Bognor Regis, and this is one of their stock items. Now they've allowed me to borrow it so I can do a review, because they thought it would be an interesting thing to have a review on YouTube about, and I agree. You can buy this very one, actually. I think they're going to be selling this, and I would say it's going to be between about 120 and 150 quid for the kit with both magazines. There's instructions as well, which I really should have read before I started this. So if you want to use that in, didn't have the handle on properly, let's just tighten that back up. So you can use that as a semi-auto style or single action. You literally just press the hammer until it clicks, and away you go. The trigger is quite light anyway. It's a lot of these things, because you're actuating the magazine, you're actuating the hammer, they can be quite heavy. They feel like quite hard work. This one doesn't. Now I'm going to gas this up, and I'm going to shoot 6 pellets into a target, just to show you that it works and see how accurate it is or it isn't. Rifle barrel, lead pellets, nice adjustable open sights. I should get quite good results. It's pretty lightweight. Whatever it's cast from, it isn't particularly heavy material, but it's robust, it's strong, it's nicely finished. Unfortunately, it's made in Russia, and that isn't so popular these days for obvious reasons. But I still think this is a nice little pistol rifle combination. And if you're a collector, or if you've got an interest in unusual air pistols, this is probably a good thing to have. Let's shoot with it and see what it's like. I'll be right back. So there you have it. It is quite accurate, and I think with a bit more practice I could get better with it. I just find that out at 10 yards or so, because it's a pistol, it's not particularly powerful, and I didn't want the embarrassment of missing the target. So there you go. Personally, I like that. I think that's nice, and I am actually quite tempted, but I will give it back. It's only fair. So this will go back there today. If you're interested, I'll put a link in the description of where you can buy this from, or look around. They do pop up online now and again. I mean, the nicest thing about this is it's kind of something for all seasons. You've got a pistol, you've got a rifle. You can have it as a pistol with the rifle stock, or a pistol with the forestock on. You know, you've got potentially 3 or 4 different combinations. You can find the one that suits you best. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I do think that that's a windage elevation there, so I have to correct myself on that. It's more adjustable than I gave it credit for. Those prismatic sights are really good. Now, as you probably noticed, I do my videos in one take. I don't really edit too much. I tend to have to edit a lot when I film outside, and that's because things go wrong all the time. But this is a one take video. It's littered with mistakes and errors, so please feel free to pick me up on any of it as well. Anyway, that'll do for now. So that is the Baikal MP651k, and I think it's really good. So please like and subscribe. It's a big thank you to everyone that has and everyone that does. It's much appreciated. I'll be back soon. I've got a couple of things lined up which I don't want to let the cat out of the bag on just yet, but I will be doing the Defender next. I'm going to shoot that and see what it's like and get some power readings off of it, so that'll be worth a look. Anyway, that'll do for now. Back again soon. Bye for now.